Welcome back to Giants Mania. Today I'll be answering some community page questions from you guys, and there's only 12, which is pretty much a good thing because I already made a video before. I have a live stream with the entertainer tonight, so I'm kind of happy it's only 12, but let's get into it. So, first one from Elena, can't wait to get a Wilson shirt from you. So, yeah, I got Elena a Sam Darnold shirt when he was drafted, and that didn't go so well. So, yeah, if I do get you a Zach Wilson shirt, hopefully this one goes a lot better. For Mixed Sports, are you gonna do a live stream or a live reaction to the Giants, like the first three picks or something? And also, how do you feel about the new number rule? So, yeah, I mean, I'm probably not gonna do a live stream because I want to do like stuff for my other channel, but I will do like a live reaction. Like I'm gonna record me in this very seat, and I'm gonna have the camera rolling and like me reacting live to the pick. So I have it on my TV over there, which you guys can't see, but I'll be reacting live. I'll talk about the pick for 5-10 minutes, upload it, and then of course as the draft goes on, we'll have a bunch of other content. But for the number thing, yeah, I don't really care about it, honestly. I mean, there are some guys I kind of, think would look cool in a single-digit number. I know that Jabril Peppers wants to get Graham Gano's number, so we'll see if that happens. But so far, he has not really been too he's not really said yes or anything like that. I think Jabril Peppers still wants it, so we'll find out how that goes. But, I honestly wish, this is a different thing, but I do wish Daniel Jones went with 17. I don't really like 8 for Daniel Jones. I wish 17 was still his number. I know it's the whole Dave Brown thing, so we don't want to go back to that. But still, I feel like 17 would have been better. It's his college number. Odell Beckham would have looked good at number 3, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I don't really care, honestly. I saw a story about Dalvin Cook, the Vikings running back, who I think has been there since 2017. He's kept the same number, and he was going to change his number. I forget what number he was in college, maybe 3. I'm not really sure, honestly. But he was going to change his number, but apparently it would have cost him $1.5 million. So he was like, nah, F that. So, some players aren't going to do it. But for guys that are changing teams, I think they're probably more likely to do it. But if you're on the same team, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Like, let's just hypothetically say Patrick Mahomes wanted to change his number from 15 to 5. I don't know if that was his college number. I don't know. But wanted to change from 15 to 5 for the sake of it. That would cost them a ton of money. So, I don't know if guys want to do that. I know Mahomes is definitely very well off after his contract. But still, is it worth it for a number? I don't know. But so, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that would really be worth it for some of the players. I personally don't care as a fan. It's not my number, so, it is what it is. From Football Talk with Benny, what would you think about trading back with a team like the Bears? Also, would it make sense to trade up our second-round pick to get an edge player if we stay at 11? So I think I'm trying to comprehend that. So I guess take a player at 11 and then trade back up into the first round, kind of like the DeAndre Baker situation. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends who falls. It really depends on what the player is. Let's say the Giants love Jalen Phillips, which could definitely be true. I'm sure some of you saw that thing on Twitter about it was Kevin Abrams, and he took a picture of his office. He had the PFF page up, and it looked like the Miami symbol in the background, and people were like, "Oh, is that Jalen Phillips?" So maybe the Giants are high on Phillips. I have no idea. Maybe Rousseau, which I would not be happy about, but it depends. Azeez Ojulari may fall in the draft if they want him in the late 20s, early 30s, and they feel it's worth trading up for. Then yeah, I'd be fine with that. It's important to get that 5th-year option on a player. So I know the 5th-year options are kind of costing a lot these days, but still to have them under control. Let's say the Giants trade up for Jalen Phillips. He has an awesome career and does have some injuries, but the Giants don't want to extend him. That 5th-year option can buy you an extra year if need be. So that would be pretty interesting. Next from Jared Stubbs. That's a cool name. There was once a baseball player named Drew Stubbs. I don't know if you're related to him, but that'd be cool. But if we draft Devontae Smith, what do you think our starting 3 wideouts are going to be? I still think Shep starts in the slot with Kenny and Smitty on the outside. Yeah, I'm fine with Shepard in the slot. It just seems like the Giants don't want to do that. Shepard did it a lot his first 2 years in the league, I feel like, especially his rookie year. But they just don't want to put him there. I don't think he wants to be there. So, he didn't play there a lot last year. I'll try to look up the numbers for you guys real quick. I know PFF has, the snap counts at each position and all that. But, yeah, I honestly think obviously Smith played in the slot for Alabama. He did play more outside. I have those numbers up for you guys as well somewhere. But so according to PFF, last year Shepard played 356 snaps wide, 190 in the slot. So obviously he played a lot more wide, but did play some slot for the Giants last year. I'll try to look for Smith for you guys real quick. But I personally would want Smith on the outside. I feel like he is a better outside receiver than Sterling Shepard would be, but still, at the same time, I don't really know what the Giants would do. All right, so in 2020, he had 270 slot snaps. This is Devontae Smith, and 505 out wide. So him and Shepard are kind of similar in that regard. Like, they both can play the slot, but they also, like, can play outside too. Now, I want to look at Kenny Golladay because this is getting interesting because he definitely plays in slot for the Lions too. Let's take a look. So he played, no, not at all. Oh, no, he played some. He played 194 out wide and 31 in the slot, but did not play a lot last year. I was going to look back at 2019 real quick. He played 802 wide and 126 in the slot. All right, so Kenny Golladay 90% of the time is going to be out wide. But, yeah, I mean, they might just switch, honestly, with Devontae Smith and Sterling Shepard. I don't think there's going to be, like, a set guy. And they could draft somebody, too. Like, if they draft another guy in, like, the 3rd or 4th round and they think he's a starter, then maybe, they make him a slot guy. I don't know. But there is some good slot receiver talent in this class. I mean, I love Elijah Moore, but even, like, Cade Johnson, Rondale Moore, who else? There's some other guys, slot receivers out there. Amari Rodgers. Like, there are some good slot receivers in this class. They don't have to be not all first-round guys. So, yeah, I mean, I think, perfect world. I would like to see Shepard there and Smith on the outside because I think Smith is a much better high-point catch-type guy than Sterling Shepard is. But, I'm kind of mentally prepared to have Devontae Smith in the slot if he doesn't get drafted here. So we'll find out what they do. But I think based on what we've seen from the Giants, they want to keep Sterling Shepard outside more. Next from Max Franco, trade up for a guy like Sewell, Slater, Chase, or trade down for an edge, Ojulari, Phillips, etc. Do you think the Giants should be looking for an NFL-ready player or more of a project? So I think more NFL ready because if you think about it, the Giants essentially went all in this offseason. I think they want to win right now. Their GM is basically fighting for his job. I think Gettleman knows if they don't perform this year or put up a good record, he's probably out the door. So, yeah, I think they're going to go for more of an NFL-ready guy, which means, if they go receiver, a lot of NFL receivers nowadays, they come in day one and have, great rookie years and they perform right away. Some edge guys take a while. Sometimes take 1 or 2 years to really, come into their own. So I don't know if an edge would be the pick if that was the case, but who would I trade up for? So I would trade up for Penei Sewell. I would trade up for Jamar Chase. I don't think I would for Rashawn Slater. I don't feel as confident with him as I do with Penei Sewell. I know some people like Slater more than Sewell, and I'm not going to blame you for that, but I personally just like Sewell more, and I love Jamar Chase. So if I could trade up for those guys and it wouldn't cost that much, then I would do it, but I wouldn't trade the whole future for those guys. If I can get if I could trade up trade the 11 pick, our 3rd round pick and next year's 3rd to move up, then I would, but I'm not going to mortgage the whole future to move up in the draft. There's definitely some good talent at 11. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I mean, I think more NFL ready guys, probably what I'm expecting right here. Maybe Micah Parsons, he'll be NFL ready. Next from Rice Bum, is that like a Rice Gum thing? I remember that was a YouTuber. But which Giants player would look good in a single-digit number? Because seeing someone like Blake Martinez wearing one would look hilarious. Yeah, it would. So I think Martinez was 50 in Green Bay, 54 for us. So yeah, it would look weird. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I want to see give me Dexter Lawrence as number 1. I want to see that. That's just, I can't envision someone that big being a single-digit number. I want to see that happen. But yeah, I did say before Daniel Jones at 17, although quarterbacks can be 17 anyway. Trying to think who else. There's really no one else that I think Saquon Barkley tweeted it and was like, should I change my number? And, obviously he was 26 in college, so I don't think that would happen. I think he should wear number 2 because that's where he was drafted, and it would definitely piss people off like myself, so I think that would be funny. Nice troll job by him, but he'll probably stay at 26. But yeah, I don't really know, honestly. So Daniel Jones is the one I want to see changed, but really nobody else, honestly. So yeah, I'm trying to think. If I think of one, though, I'll let you know later. Next from Nick Young. I don't know if this is the same Nick from Twitter, but if it is, I like you because you're a Nets fan, so what's up, Nick? But let's say the Giants have their pick of Slater, Parsons, Waddle, and Smith. Do you think if Trey Lance also fell to 11, we should trade back with someone like the Patriots just so Washington can't trade up for their franchise quarterback? Yeah, I don't want him to go to Washington. I like Trey Lance. I want him to succeed in the NFL. But if he went to Washington, it'd be hard for me to root for him and have the Washington football team suck. Because if Washington gets a quarterback, that team's going to be good. So yeah, I don't want him going to Washington. But here's the interesting part to this question, though. If the Giants are at 11 and they have 4 really good position players on the board, and they traded back to 15, so here's how it would go. You trade back to 15. 15 goes to 11. Patriots take Lance. So then there's 3 picks in between you at that point, and there's 4 position players you'd want. So essentially, let's just say, for the sake of it, Slater, Parsons, Waddle came off the board next. You're still left with Devontae Smith. So if you work out the numbers here and how many players are left on the board, this would make sense. And I think if the Giants have like their board evenly ranked amongst Slater, Parsons, Waddle, Smith, I think that trade could happen because, you know, if you're just splitting hairs with those guys, but you can also accumulate extra draft picks just by moving back and getting the guy that falls to you, it A, makes your decision easier because you're left with one guy, and B, you get extra draft assets. So that would make a lot of sense to me, honestly. That's actually a pretty good question by you. But I don't know if Lance is going to fall to 11. We'll find out. Maybe Mac Jones will go 3rd. I would still be very shocked if it happened. I just cannot believe that. But anyway, we'll find out. Fly Moolah, man, 27. Best guess on some undrafted superstars. You're killing me with this question. How am I supposed to know? Undrafted. All right. I know KJ Stefferson is one. I think that's his name. Kevin Stefferson, KJ Stefferson from he was at Notre Dame, and I think he got kicked out for some, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was drugs or some legal issue, whatever it was. He got kicked out, had a couple of separate occasions and did something wrong. Then went to like Jacksonville State maybe or something. I don't know. And then, you know, now he's like kind of this underrated guy, like probably a 5th, 6th round pick in this draft. Not undrafted, so I'm kind of cheating on this question, but he could be a guy that can be a really good player. I don't know about superstar, but he's another guy that can fall because of the off-field issues. He, as a freshman, I know Deshaun Kaiser was his quarterback back then, but as a freshman, he had more targets than Chase Claypool and Miles Boykin. So that's pretty impressive, honestly, if you're getting more targets than those guys. So KJ Stefferson's one. I like Mark Gilbert from Duke because, you know, he played so well back in that 2017 season, then got injured twice, had the bad hip injury, sat out for 2 years basically, came back, injured his foot, but he had like 5, 6, 7 interceptions one year, so like he looked amazing back in 2017. So if he can come back healthy, I know he's 24 now, which is my age, which is old, he might like fall in the draft. So I would definitely think that's worth taking in the 6th or 7th round, Mark Gilbert, but he has to stay healthy, of course, so that's definitely a tricky one. Next from Cole H. Which of the 2 Alabama receivers do you think adds more value, Smith or Waddle? Here's my thing about this. I think Smith is safer, believe it or not, because Waddle's injury coming off the bad ankle break is concerning, and he's smaller, well, height-wise smaller. But I think that Waddle has a higher ceiling because what Waddle can do with the ball in his hands is so impressive. Like his explosiveness and his speed is just like he can outrun basically anybody. So I feel like he has a higher ceiling, but Smith is safer. I do like Waddle more because I always choose the upside over the sure thing, which probably is not a good thing, but that's what I do. But yeah, I'd probably take Waddle barely over Smith, not by a lot. Smith adds that elite separation that the Giants haven't had since Odell. Definitely true. Waddle adds that track speed and return specialty that the Giants don't have at all. So yeah, I mean, I know that Smith's a great route runner, and it's tough. You're basically splitting hairs, and I've said before, I think Waddle makes more sense because they want to keep Shepard on the outside. Waddle's more of a slot guy. The Giants have an opening at slot right now, so you probably should not be drafting with that philosophy. But still, I feel like it's a better fit right now for the Giants. But you know, I could see the argument both ways. I'm fine with either pick. I just like Waddle's upside more because he's just a ridiculous athlete and he's very fast, very explosive, and you know, safeties look like they have angles on him and he still outruns them, kind of like Odell used to. So yeah, I'd be fine with either guy, honestly, but still I would take Waddle by a hair, not by a lot. But anyway, Dave Campbell, how much will the failures of the offense last year will translate to play calling change this year? Is Garrett going to realize he has to change his play calls to save his job? Will Kitchens add creativity? So yeah, I remember last year when Kitchens took over that one game, the Giants' offense looked a lot more creative, if that makes sense. They went downfield more. And I know their quarterback was Colt McCoy. So I know it's not Daniel Jones, but still, I think having some more influence. They brought in that guy from, oh my God, what's his name? They brought in some young guy, some offensive, not coordinator, but offensive, I don't know what the word is, but they brought in some young guy to help with the offense as well. I forget his name now, but that's also going to help. So what is the word? Offensive, I don't even know. Like oversees the offense. I don't know what it's called, but they brought in one of those guys, and yeah, it should help. But they're not going to put the entire offense in Jason Garrett's hands this year, which I like, because Jason Garrett was just not good last year with his creativity and his route concepts. But the Giants have to realize things have to change. Like, they're not that stupid. Like, they definitely have to see how well Daniel Jones did throwing the ball deep last year and be like, we should do that more. So I think that's going to happen. I don't see the offense being as bad as it was last year. I think you could do better as a play caller than Jason Garrett because, last year in the NFL, teams were having record-breaking offensive seasons, and the Giants were just as bad as the Jets offensively. So it was rough. The Giants were 31st, 30th in just about every offensive category. So I know there was no off season and blah blah blah. But a lot of teams had the same crap. So I don't want to make that excuse, and they were just fine. So yeah, I think Kitchens will add the creativity, and hopefully they go deep more. Because I know Freddie Kitchens, when he was in Cleveland, he loved going deep. A lot of play actions, deep passes, that kind of got him in trouble because, the Browns had no offensive line in 2019, and Baker Mayfield got sacked, I think, 45 times that year. But, Kitchen should definitely help, and the new offensive supervisor, I'll call him. I don't know his name, but it's bothering me. I'll get it later. But that should help as well. From Frank, what are we going to do? Waddle, Smith, Pitts. What are we going to do if Waddle, Smith, Pitts, and Chase, Sewell, Slater are all gone? That is a good question. What are we going to do? Is Parsons still there? Did I miss him? It's either Parsons or trade back, I would think. I mean, I don't think you should reach on a guy at that point. Waddle, Smith, Pitts, Chase, Sewell. Yeah, so probably Parsons is probably the, pick for the Giants. I think Parsons is safe. He's going to be good. So I would be fine with Parsons, honestly. I think that's pretty much the way you'd have to go because at that point you're just reaching for somebody else. I mean, maybe there's, maybe they have a good feeling about Rashad Bateman or someone like that. I don't know. But at that point you're just reaching. So yeah, I think it's going to be Micah Parsons or trade back at that point if that's how the board falls. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I got to do the live stream in like 5 minutes, so I got to upload real quick. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll talk to you guys on draft night. It's the last time I'm uploading. So yeah, I'll be doing a live reaction. I'll be watching the TV, talking to the camera. I'll upload it. Hopefully it's a good reaction. Hopefully I'm happy that night. And it's exciting. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll talk to you guys next time.